Love in my heart. There it will always remain, like an ivy clinging by, clinging closer all the time. Through these years and these tears just the same. Got that old-fashioned faith in my heart. Nothing can tear it apart. Dry land may turn to sea, but you'll find no change in me. Got that old-fashioned love in my heart. Hey! Welcome, everybody. It's so good to be back here at the Triad Theater in New York City. It's been, 2 years since we played here last, and we love this little venue. Even more amazing is that we started these biannual shows way back in 2011, believe it or not. That's a lot of years ago, and quite a few shows and a lot of songs. And, well, heck, now we've got a lot of fans from all over the country. Matter of fact, we've got the people that have come all the way from Germany tonight to be here. We got people from Portland, Oregon. We got people from Dallas, Texas. We got people from Indiana and Wisconsin and Chicago and Florida. We've even got some people that have come all the way from New Jersey and Connecticut. And I even hear there are a couple of people that slipped through the park from the Upper East Side over here to the Wild West Side. Very different and kind of scary. But I also understand that there are a few people that are viewing this through the Triad live stream. So welcome, everybody. We've got a great show for you tonight. We've got the Manhattan Cowboy Band here for you. I've got my sidekick for all these shows here. Again, the wonderful Christine Schuler is with me. As you'll see, most of these songs are really sort of traditional, standard, classic country songs. But there'll be a few maybe that won't be as familiar to you. We've even got a few non-country songs that we put some country arrangements on. We've got songs written in 1917 and 1996 and a lot of the years in between. Of course, being country, a lot of these songs are about being rowdy, having fun, having a beverage or two, loving, leaving, and, of course, lying and cheating. So this show actually has quite a few gear shifts, so I want you to sit back and buckle up. And let's do this one. It was done by the great Bob Wills and Cindy Walker back in that special year, 1947. Here we go. When it's sugar cane time, long around about June, I'll be walking with sugar and eat that old sugar moon. I'm going to drop her a line, tell you'll be there soon. I'm missing my sugar and eat that old sugar moon. I'm dreaming sweet dreams of all the loving I'll get when I get back to my bed. Lordy, how I'll fret till the sugar cane time, long around about June. Wedding bells will be chiming neath that old sugar moon. Sweet dreams of all the loving I'll get when I get back to my pen. Lordy, how I'll fret. I'll be dreaming sweet dreams of all the loving I'll get. I'm dreaming sweet dreams if you ever come I'll get. Sweet dreams, all the loving I'll get when I get back to my pen. Lordy, how I'll fret till the sugar cane time, long around about you. I'll be walking with sugar and eat that old sugar moon. Walking with sugar and eat that old sugar moon. All right, well, the sugar moon is the last full moon before the start of spring, and it signals the maple trees starting to provide sap for maple syrup. And it's also thought to be a symbol of good luck and new beginnings and even magic. But as we all know, every season isn't always great. Sometimes it doesn't turn out well at all and leads to some blues, which allows us to play a blues song. Which I kind of like. This is one that Merle Haggard did. He called it the Brain Cloudy Blues, and he based it on the original arrangement, which was the Milk Cow Blues. Here we go. Soul is upside down. My brain is cloudy, my soul is upside down. Never felt so blue and lonely since my good gal ain't nowhere around. Well, you gotta treat me right, honey, day by day. Get out your little prayer book, get on up on your knees and pray. You're gonna need my love someday. Lord, you're gonna be sorry, oh, you treated me this way. Let's meet this great band here. On pedal steel guitar, playing his 1968 tin. The real deal, Jack Stanton. On the fiddle this evening, smooth as silk, fabulous player, Jonathan Weber, everybody. On the lead guitar, New York City based, one of the very best guitar players on the East Coast, Stephen Benson, everybody. Back there on that bass guitar, one of the original members of the Cowboy Band, two-time MAC Award winner, Matt Sharpglass. And on the drums, hardest working, best drummer in all of New York City, Mike Campenny, everybody. Good evening. Don't that sun look good going down? Well, good evening. Don't that sun look good going down? And don't that bar look empty when you ain't got no milk cow around? Well, you gotta treat me right, honey, day by day. Get out your little prayer book, get on upon your knees and pray. You're gonna need my love someday. Lord, you're gonna be sorry, oh, you treated me this way. All right, the guest artist and I met just about 15 years ago, and it was in a workshop where one learned how to perform in a cabaret that was given actually by the director of this show, Linda Burns. And she gave these workshops over, I think, a 40-year period. And I can still remember the first night of the first workshop. I was in, I think, the third row, and trying to hide myself among the 12 that were there. And just before class started, attractive young woman came down and sat beside me, and what I really noticed right off the bat was she had a binder which she opened up, and it was incredibly full of sheet music. And this sheet music was just beautifully maintained and put in these little protective packets, and she's leafing through it, and I'm sitting there with nothing. And I'm kind of starting to look around for the door, and I'm thinking that this has to be the master class, right? But she quickly talked me off the ledge and said that I was going to have a great time. And I guess she was right, because here we are all these years later, still singing together. So without further ado, let me welcome to the stage my friend, the very talented Christine Schuler.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you so much for those kind words. It means the world to me, because I really have enjoyed every mile up here with you, and it's been such a blast getting to know you, and of course your family. You're so wonderful, and your friends, and all your great set lists. These have just been so much fun. But like all great road trips and journeys in life, the way I like to play it is just live in the moment. Be here right now. Dean says, hey, you want to do another show? Yes. But I don't really think about what that means. What's up, what's down the road. And sometimes that means I might miss like that bridge out sign ahead. I'm not really thinking all the things through. But you know what? I don't care. I really don't, because I'm having a blast, and my tombstone is gonna read, "She had a blast." Yes, right. Let's go. Well, I really had a ball last night. I held all the pretty boys tight. I was feeling single, saying double, wound up in a whole lot of trouble. But today I'll face the big fight. But I really had a ball last night. Well, I came home from work this morning and my baby was feeling low. And he told me what was on his mind when he told me where I could go. Well, I didn't go where he told me to, 'cause the water was cold in the lake. Now there's something fishy about this ordeal. I don't see where I made my mistake. I really had a ball last night. I held all the pretty boys tight. I was feeling single, saying double, wound up in a whole lot of trouble. But today I'll face the big fight. But I really had a ball last night. Woo! When I woke up this morning, likely the sun was high. And I started walking the long way home just to think of an alibi. Well, I couldn't think of a doggone thing that hadn't already been said. So I guess I'd better just play it by ear, that I'm already dead. Well, I really had a ball last night. I held all those pretty boys tight. I was feeling single, seeing double, wound up in a whole lot of trouble. But today I'll face the big fight. But I really had a ball last night. Yeah, today I'll face the big fight. But I really had a ball last night. Whatever comes next, who cares? We're all having fun, right? Let's keep this party going. I want to bring back the man of the show, the man of the night, the man in the awesome tall black hat, although it's tan. But please welcome back Mr. Dean Better.
I love that line in that lyric in this song. The water was cold in the lake. I don't know if you know about that. It's part of a saying that we used to use when I was a kid. I think it's more my parents' generation than mine, but we used to use it when we got really irritated with somebody, or somebody did something like this character in this song, kind of out of line. It had a lot of good time, a lot of fun, but still was something that was really irritating. And you turn to the person and you'd say, "Why don't you just go jump in the lake?" And of course, she didn't jump in the lake because the lake was cold. And that's a lot like this next song. It's about this fella who also messed up. This is a song that Hank Williams wrote in 1947, and it's about the ramifications of messing up. Came in last night about 10:30. That baby of mine wouldn't let me in, so move it on over.
Move it on over.
Move it on over.
Move it on over.
Move over, little dog, 'cause the big dog's moving in. She changed the lock on my front door. My door key don't fit no more, so move it on over.
Move it on over.
Push it on over.
Move it on over.
Move over, little dog, 'cause the big dog's moving in. This dog house here is mighty small, but it's better than no house at all, so move it on over.
Move it on over.
Move it on over.
Move it on over.
Move over, little dog, 'cause the big dog's moving in. me twice, but I don't take no one's advice. So move it on over,
Move it on over.
push it on over.
Move it on over.
Move over, little dog, 'cause the big dog's moving in. She'll crawl back to me on her knees, but I'll be busy scratching fleas. So move it on over,
Move it on over.
scratch it on over.
Move it on over.
Move over, little dog, 'cause the big dog's moving in. Remember, pup, before you whine, that side's yours and this side's mine. So move it on over,
Move it on over.
push it on over.
Move it on over.
Move over, cold dog, 'cause the hot dog's moving in. Move over, cold dog, 'cause the hot dog's moving in. All right. This next song was written by Randy Travis, and he did it with his buddy Clint Eastwood. And it's a song about, well, it's got some pretty decent life advice in it. Here we go. I was 9 years old when my grandpa's farm happened. After all these years, I could still hear Grandpa laughing as he applied his barnyard remedy. He passed his wisdom on down to me. You don't reach for the honey without smoking the hive. I remember my first crush was on the preacher's daughter. We were smooching on the front porch swing that night when he caught her. We weren't expecting him home till 10:15 when the good Lord taught me that lesson again. You don't reach for the honey without smoking the hive. You don't point a pistol before you check each chamber. You don't drink, no, you don't drink when you drive. It's just ordinary common sense to avoid that danger. You don't reach for the honey without smoking the hive. She rode into town with a rodeo. She was a beauty. But that cowboy saw me wink at her. She was a cutie. The sound of jingling spurs had me dead on the run. He was fit to be tied and I was under the gun. You don't reach for the honey without smoking the hive. You don't point a pistol before you check each chamber. You don't drink, no, you don't drink when you drive. It's just ordinary common sense to avoid that danger. You don't reach for the honey without smoking the hive. No, you don't reach for that honey without smoking the hive. Well, I can see a couple of you scratching your head out there. And don't feel bad. The director of the show and Christine as well, when I first sang that song for him, said the same thing. What in the heck was that song about? And I guess if you're not a farmer or a beekeeper, you might not know, but if you go to harvest honey, you have to take some precautions. You have to put protective clothing on. But the most important thing is you have to smoke the hive, which means you have to blow smoke in that hive, which makes those mean old bees lethargic and uncaring, so that you can slip your hand up in there and pull the honeycomb out and harvest the honey and put it back in without getting stung. So, of course, the moral is if you're thinking about doing something new or unusual or a little bit scary or risky, you got to think about, hey, what could happen? Make a plan. Things go wrong, do this, do that. So That's the sort of message there. Also, I didn't make a mistake. That was Clint Eastwood, who was the duet partner of Randy. They were great pals, and a lot of people don't know that before Clint became a famous movie star, he was actually a very accomplished pianist, and he actually wrote the scores for a number of the movies he directed, including Mystic River and Million Dollar Baby and The Changeling and Hereafter. So let me get suited up here. I want to do one by Freddie Powers and Merle Haggard. That'd be great if you would.
The tan hat.
Tan hat, yes. Yep. Okay, so this is a song about lost love that, as I said, Freddie Powers and Merle Haggard wrote, and this was actually the last of Merle's 38 number one hits. Twinkle, twinkle, lucky star, can you make a wish where you are? Can you make a rainbow shine that far? Twinkle, twinkle, lucky star, can you really make a wish come true? And you shine on just the chosen few. Is it over, or have I gone too far? Twinkle, twinkle, lucky star, like two ships on the ocean, we drifted apart, and you found an island at sea, but I'm still adrift with this pain in my heart. Won't you send her sweet love back to me? Twinkle, twinkle, lucky star, can you make a wish? Dun, dun, dun. Can you make a rainbow shine that far? Twinkle, twinkle, lucky star. Like two ships on the ocean, we drifted apart, and you found an island at sea, but I'm still adrift with this pain in my heart. Won't you send her sweet love on back to me? Twinkle, twinkle, lucky star, can you send me luck from where you are? Can you make a rainbow shine that far? Twinkle, twinkle, lucky star. Okay, well, obviously, love is kind of a tricky thing, and I'm going to bring Christine Schuler to the center of the stage to tell you how to handle all aspects of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I got this one. Boy, do I got this one. Yeah, love can be tricky, and people spend a lot of time thinking about it, and they write books and advice columns and yada, 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 and everyone's got something to say about it. But you know what? It's not really that tricky. I've got it down to size. I've got it down to just two things. And ladies, if we can just follow these two things, I think we're going to make it through. Okay? So here we go. It's for you. So hard to find. You always get the other kind. Just when you think that he's your pal, you look for him and find him fooling around with other gals, and then you rave. You even crave to see him lying down in his grave. But if your man is nice, take my advice. Hug him in the morning, kiss him every night. I'll give him lots of love and treat him right. 'Cause a good man nowadays is hard to find. Stephen's a good man. Another good man right here behind the pedal steel. A good man now, so hard to find. You always get the other kind. Oh, just when you think that he's your pal, you look for him and find him fooling around with other gals, and then you rave. You even crave to see him lying down in his grave. Now if your man ain't nice, take my advice. Club him in the morning, try to knock him out cold. Take away his money, honey, lock up all his gold. 'Cause a good man nowadays is hard to find. Oh, 'cause a good man nowadays is hard to find. Thank you. Well, I know where we can find a good man. He was behind the curtain. Let's bring him back out. The man who should always be in charge of the radio on long road trips, Dean Benner.
That was great, Christine. Okay, we're going to do another Randy Travis song. He did this for his Heroes and Friends album in 1990, which is an album of all duets, and he did this one with B.B. King. This song really resonated with me when I first heard it, and it's a song about how you might think about and then ultimately deal with those bumps in the road that we all encounter as we go through life. This old road has taken its toll. I've been broke down, but now I'm back on the road. Got it in gear, sitting on the go. I'm just waiting on the light to change. I'm going places straight to the top. I'm all revved up, my engine's hot. just temporarily come to a stop, and I'm waiting on the light to change. I took a little detour, wrong way down a one-way street. I had to learn the hard way, no shortcuts to easy street. I lose my way now and then, but better days are just around the bend. Gonna get myself moving again. I'm just waiting on that light to change. I'm going places straight to the top. I'm all revved up, my engine's hot. Just temporarily come to a stop, and I'm waiting on that light to change. Took a little detour, wrong way down a one-way street. I had to learn the hard way, no shortcuts to easy street. Both my hands are on the wheel. I know my time will come, I know it will. From now on it's all downhill. I'm just waiting on the light to change. I'm just waiting on that light to change. I'm just waiting on that light to change. Well, I said it resonated with me because I worked on Wall Street for about 40 years, and I was fired 3 times. And you say yeah, but it wasn't yeah. I think probably the first one was the most difficult. I had 3 small children, and our house was being renovated, and all the expenses that went with that. But fortunately, I have a strong faith, and I have an even stronger, supportive wife. And I made it through, I got to say, each time, stronger in every way. I can also say that sometimes that light didn't change immediately from red to green. Sometimes it stayed in yellow for a while, and that's a little bit frustrating. But I can also say that once it turned to green, it turned to a bright green, and it stayed that way for a long, long while. So I guess the message is, if you think about it, you go through a rough spot, something catches you by surprise, you kind of get hit in the stomach for a while. You just keep your head down and stay focused and be ready, because when that light changes, you got to be ready to blast off again, and it's going to happen. I gotta get drunk, and I sure do dread it, 'cause I know just what I'm gonna do. Start to spend my money calling everybody honey and wind up singing the blues. Spend my whole paycheck on some old record, brother, I can name you a few. I gotta get drunk, and I sure do dread it, 'cause I know just what I'm gonna do. I gotta get drunk, can't stay sober, there's a lot of good people in town. Came to see me holler, see me spend my dollar, and I wouldn't think of letting them down. There's a lot of doctors that tell me I better stop putting it down. But there's more old drunks and there are good doctors, so let's have another round. I gotta get drunk, I can't stay sober, there's a lot of good people in town. Came to see me holler, see me spend my dollar, and I wouldn't think of letting them down. There's a lot of doctors that tell me I better stop putting it down. But there's more old drunks than there are good doctors, so Jack, buy us another round, please. Gotta get drunk and I sure do dread it, 'cause I know just what I'm gonna do. Start to spend my money calling everybody honey and wind up singing the blues. Spend my whole paycheck on some old record, brother, I can name you a few. I gotta get drunk and I sure do dread it, 'cause I know just what I'm gonna do. I gotta get drunk and I sure do dread it, 'cause I know just what I'm gonna do. As a setup, I was going to say before that song that during the light change, sometimes you had to kind of let your hair down, and who better to do that with than Willie Nelson, and that was Willie's song. But we just jumped right in there and did it, by golly.
It's time for a drink.
Yeah, exactly. And it's time to enter a section that I like to call the Lion Cheatin' Leavin' section of the show. Now, I've been married 52 years, and I kind of like to make it to 53. So I want to say kind of up front that none of the stories in these songs is autobiographical unless otherwise specified. This is a song that was written by Brooke Benton and Margie Singleton in 1962. And it was done as kind of an up-tempo song, but I really like the blues version of this that Gene Watson did in 1971. Well, I know that I'm losing you. I feel it all the time. And I know if I lose you, I'll lose my mind. So lie to me, lie to me, make me believe every word you say. Just lie, 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 lie. I'd rather have it that way. Nobody told me that you were cheating. It's just a feeling that I had. And if I'm right, just lie to me, then I won't feel so bad. Because the truth would mean I'd lose you, and that price is too big to pay. So just lie, 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 lie. I'd rather have it that way. Now you might think that I'm foolish for saying what I said, but the truth would mean I'd lose you, So tell me a little lie instead. Oh, just tell me that you love me. Make me believe every word you say. Even if you lie, 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 I'd rather have it that way. So baby, lie, 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 I'd rather have it that way. So my high school and college years were spent in the 1960s. And in my view, that was the decade that had the very best music there ever was. And I loved all of those groups, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Creedence Clearwater, the Bee Gees, the Doors, the Who. WLS out of Chicago.
Larry Luchak.
Larry Luchak. Yeah. On my aquamarine transistor radio in the backyard, washing my black 1950 fastback Chevrolet, getting ready for a big date. But we had country music on in our house as well, because that was my dad's favorite. And his favorite artist was Hank Williams, and of course he became my favorite artist as well. So Christine and I are going to do my very favorite Hank Williams song. Your cheating heart will make you weep. You'll cry and cry and try to sleep,
But sleep won't come the whole night through. Your cheating heart will tell on you
when tears come down like falling rain. You'll toss around and call my name. You're gonna walk the floor the way I do. Your cheating heart is gonna tell on you.
when tears come down like the falling rain. Oh, you toss around and call my name.
You're gonna walk the floor the way I do. Your cheating heart is gonna tell on you. Your cheating heart will tell on you. once you're on that Hank Williams train, it's hard to get off, so he won't. Hank wrote this next one in 1950, and it reached the #1 spot on the country charts in early 1951. But even more interesting is that a young pop artist recorded this song as a pop version in late 1951, and it reached #1 on the pop charts, which was a first for country music. It opened the country music genre to a much wider national audience. So I'm going to let you think about who that young pop artist might have been while I sing this hauntingly beautiful song that Hank wrote. I tried so hard, my dear, to show that you're my every dream. Yet you're afraid each thing I do is just some evil scheme. A memory from your lonesome past keeps us so far apart. Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart? Another love before my time made your heart sad and blue. So my heart now is paying for the things I didn't do. In anger, unkind words are said that make the teardrops start. Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart? You'll never know how much it hurts to see you sit and cry. You know you need and want my love, but you're afraid to try. Why do you run and hide from life to try? It just ain't smart. Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart? There was a time when I believed that you belonged to me, but now I know your heart is shackled to a memory. The more I learn to care for you, the more we drift apart. Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart? your cold, cold heart. So about that pop artist, as one music critic summarized the description of that song, he said something like that a young singing Italian waiter from Queens could find common ground with a backwoods singer-songwriter from Alabama is testament both to William's skills as a writer and Tony Bennett's imagination and creative ear. Yes, Tony's, isn't that amazing? Very cool. Well, obviously country loves heartache, and this is a cautionary tale that Alan Frizzell and Bo Roberts wrote for Gene Watson in 1983 that reached number 2 on the Billboard charts in the country. You've been staying out late almost every night, while I sit home and wait for you, sometimes until it's daylight. You think that I'm a fool, that I don't know what it's all about, but I think that you're out doing what I'm here doing without. Girl, I want to tell you that your late hours are bringing me down. Half the time I don't know where you are or what you are up to. Making you sound, make me want to jump and shout. But I think that you're out doing what I'm here doing without.
But I think that you're out doing.
Well, it's a sad situation when you don't get no loving at home.
You don't get no loving.
And if you don't watch your step, girl, you're gonna find yourself all alone.
You better watch it at home.
And still you think that you can get by as long as you can keep me in doubt. But I think that you're out doing what I'm here doing without. I don't know how long that I can put up with what you're putting me through. Half the time I don't know where you are, what you are up to.
Say what you wanna do.
And you don't even care when you think that I'm a little put out. But I think that you're out doing what I'm here doing without. Well, I know that you're out doing what I'm here doing without. Well, we can't do a song in this area of the section of the show that's about lying and cheating without having a Merle Haggard song, because he was married 5 times and he readily admits that the breakups provided lots of material for the more than 250 songs that he's credited with either writing or co-writing. So this is one of his really good ones that moves along, so let's do it, guys. I'm bringing home some good news, some news you'll be glad to hear. Like I'm leaving town, I'll be back around just long enough to get my gear. There won't be any goodbye kissing. I'm putting on my leaving shoes. This is the end, we're through, it's over. Oh, I'm bringing home good news. Well, I was downtown in a tavern when I made up my mind to go. And I knew you would be so glad to be free. I thought I'd call and let you know that you could tell all your backdoor daddies that your big slippers. I won't be looking around for clues. This is the end, we're through, it's over. Oh, I'm bringing home good news. This is the end, we're through, it's over. Oh, I'm bringing home good news. I'm bringing home good news, baby. Okay, so the last song in this section is a song written by Bill Cook. And it was covered by many, many artists, including Elvis and Waylon Jennings, Jerry Lee Lewis, and so on. But I really like the sort of groovy version that Jim Ed Brown did. So that's the one we're going to do for you. You can have her. I don't want her. She didn't love me anyway. She only wanted someone to play with. But all I wanted was love to stay. If you get the wrong woman, there's only one thing that you can do. Just dig a hole and jump right in it, then pull the ground right over you. Oh, you can have her. I don't want her. She didn't love me anyway. She only wanted someone to play with, but all I wanted was love to stay. The girl I love, she upped and left me. She ran away with my best friend. She comes home at night just for an hour. When daylight comes, she's gone again. You can have her. I don't really want her. She didn't love me anyway. She only wanted someone to play with. But all I wanted was love to stay. Life without love, it's a mighty empty. Confession is good. It's good for the soul. But I'd rather have love that I can cling to than to have the world and all of its gold. You can have her. I don't really want her. She didn't love me anyway. She only wanted someone to play with, but all I wanted was love to stay. She only wanted someone to play with, but all I wanted was love to stay. All right, well, we're going to use an old blues song to transition out of that section. Was
At
it
the end of the disclaimer period?
at the end of the disclaimer period? Yes, it may be retaken up, but for right now, it's not applicable. This song was written way back in 1926 by Ray Henderson and Buddy DeSilva and Lou Brown. And Christine and I are going to do it together.
All right, let's do it. Oh, they say some people long ago were searching for different tune. One
They heard the breeze in the trees singing weird melodies, and they made that the start of the blues.
Then from her jail came a wail from a downhearted frail, and they played that as part of the blues.
From a whippoorwill out on a hill, they took a new note,
Pushed it through a horn till it was worn into a blue note.
and then they nursed it
And they rehearsed it
and gave out the news that the Southland gave birth to the blues. From a whippoorwill high on a hill, they took a new note,
pushed it through a horn till it was worn into a blue note. And then they nursed it and they rehearsed it
and gave out the news that the Southland gave birth to the blues. That the Southland gave birth to the blues. I think I'll use your stool here.
Yes. Have yourself a sit.
Pull up a chair.
Pull up a chair. Get cozy.
Okay, well, I mentioned earlier that none of these songs were autobiographical unless otherwise specified, and this one is. I've been a really lucky guy, and this is a beautiful song that was written by David Smith for Gene Watson, and he did this in 1996. Come and sit down here beside me. Let me see that smile. I was just reliving some good times. Do you remember that first date when you said you'd be mine and we promised there'd be no goodbyes? And together we'd soar over the mountains of life, through some good times and some sad times. We took it all in stride. With you there beside me, Lord, I love every mile, and there's no reason for any goodbyes. You know, time moves so swiftly in the blink of an eye. A lifetime can't just pass you on by. But love like ours goes on forever and beyond the end of time. So there's no reason for any goodbyes. And together we soared over the mountains of life, through some good times and some sad times. We took it all in stride. With you there beside me, Lord, I love every mile, and there's no reason for any goodbyes. With you there beside me, Lord, I love every mile, and there's no reason for any goodbye. All right. Okay, well, we have come to the end of the show, and I hope all of you have enjoyed it half as much as we have preparing for it and getting ready and performing the show for you. I want to thank a number of people, starting with Ben Hotstetler back there in the booth, who's made us all look so and sound so great all night. I want to thank Peter Martin, the owner of the Triad, for welcoming us back to this beautiful little jewel box of a theater, which is just perfect for our show. I want to thank Russell and the whole crew of bartenders and waiters doing such a great job with a very demanding crowd. I want to thank the director of this show, Linda Mill Burns, back there.
Linda!
I want to give a shout out to my voice teacher, who I think is here somewhere, Susan Baum, as well. Thank you, Susan. Of course, I want to thank these fabulous musicians here behind me, the Manhattan Cowboy Band, each and every one. I want to thank Christine Schuler for, again, agreeing to do this show with me. It means so much. Thank you, Christine. I want to make sure that everybody picks up a complimentary CD or two. They make good stocking stuffers. Vinyl made a comeback, so, you know.
There you go.
But we're quite proud of the CD. We did it in August at Precision Studios here in the city. It's got all the songs of the show, so you can take us home with you. So we're going to leave you, Christine and I are going to do this one together. We're going to leave you with a little life advice, and also just keep remembering to keep loving every mile. You ready? If the wife and I are fussing, brother, that's all right. Me and that woman bought a license to fight. Why don't you mind your own business? Mind your own business. Because if you mind your own business, then you won't be minding mine.
Oh, the man in the apartment is a nosy thing. He comes to my door and it's a ring, ring, ring. Why don't you mind your own business? Yeah, mind your own business. Because if you mind your own business, then you won't be minding mine. Woo!
When she walks by, why don't you mind your own business? Mind your own business. Because if you mind your own business, then you won't be minding mine.
Minding other people's business seems to be high tone. I got all that I could do, just minding my own. Why don't you mind your own business? Yeah, mind your own business. Because if you mind your own business, then you won't be minding mine.
Let's do another one, guys.
You got something in mind?
Let's see, we're gonna be. I think we're. Let's see, we're gonna be going south soon. So, why don't we do that one about facing that way, going that way? You know that one? The what about going south? About the window? That window.
Yes.
My window faces the south. I am halfway to heaven. The snow is falling, but still I can see those beautiful palm trees. They're calling me. My window faces the south. Though I am far from that Swanee, I won't be frowning or down in the mouth. My window faces the south. Jackson, John Weber. Stephen Benson. Richard Danley. Matt Sharpless.